My name's Dipali Cunningham, Dipali Cunningham, and Al taught me a lot, and I have the women's world record for 6 days. Again, part of the Street Chinmoy Marathon team. Again, through watching people, pioneers like Al and other people, watching Yiannis Kouros in the early days, watching Stu Middleman, that kind of era was just a bit before my time. I came in '91, so these greats were in the 80s and the mid to the late 80s, and I joined a few years later. So the Super Bechtford, who became the 3100 mile champion here, also ran with Al Howie. Many of our runners who run this race may have run with Al, but I'm just kind of one of the earlier generation. I'm in my 60s, so I came in at my 30s, so I think Al's just that little bit generation ahead of me. So I was lucky enough to run with him, and Ted Corbitt I ran with.
You ran with Ted Corbitt?
I ran with Ted Corbitt. Ted Corbitt and I, in 2001, we both ran world records. He got the 80 to 85 world record for men, and I got the women's. I renewed my world record of what did I do? 2000 I did 5:10 that year, and Ted and I were both in the same race, Ted Corbitt and I. Well, I began running the multi-day races in 1991.
Okay.
And so I met Al Howie, the great Scotsman that lived in Canada, and his wife was his handler, and we had a nice kind of fun time running. And Al was just passionate about his running, and the very, very thin, wiry, but absolutely fast and strong. That's all I remember. And I remember running with him. And one day he came up, a funny story, came up on me and he goes, in his Scottish accent, of course, I've just come from medical. He said, I've been running for hours and I got bored. So I went into medical and had a chat with the lads, because he said, I was just getting a bit bored, you know. He was putting in like 80, 90 miles for the day, and he just needed a break from running. So he went and had a chat with all the medical people and those that were having problems, and he wasn't having any problems. But Al was just great fun. He'd tell me great stories of his running and in his early days. But watching him in these races was truly an inspiration, because I was a new kind of multi-day runner, and I was learning from him, because he knew how to do it. He had the technique down, he had the capacity, he was, like I said, fearless. He ran mega miles every day that I could only dream at that time of doing. I was lucky if I could get 55, 60, and Al could pull out these 80, 90 miles with no effort, and I thought, wow, what an incredible effort, you know, and capacity. I thought, wow, just truly amazing. And his wife was lovely too. She used to joke with me that she was there. She did all the eating while Al did all the running. She, you know, would tell me, I don't know if he really needs me. He's just so, you know, he's just so, like I said, full of capacity. He just taken her the drink and the food, and off he went. But yeah, all I can say is in the 90s I had the great opportunity with running with one of the greatest in history. He finished the 1,300 mile race. It was quite incredible. I don't think I was in that particular event. Maybe it was just a bit before my time, but again, a remarkable runner, Al. And for me, I'll always remember somebody, the Scotsman that he was, with the beard, very thin, but so powerful and strong that I don't know if the world will ever match somebody like Al. It's all part of Sri Chinmoy, part of the meditation for us. I would guarantee you, all the runners out here, we feel we've been given grace. We just kind of running on divine grace. We try to, again, we've learnt through meditation to be in our hearts. Our running is not being in our minds, and we try to go somewhere else that can carry us with more capacity, and that's why I've come here every year. The 23 editions of this race I've seen, every 23, and I come here and they enhance my own performance. And but again, back to your first question, did I know Al? I did, and I'm sure that he would love to run this race. Absolutely, yeah. He would have finished it in no time. capacity was beyond measure, and the first fellow who's in the first place, Ashbihano, he did this race, again to blow your mind, I don't know if you know, but
40 days.
In 77 miles a day.
Yeah.
And back in the 90s, mid-90s to the 2000, when he joined the races with me, I think he joined in maybe the late 90s to 2000, Ashbihano and I were quite competitive with each other, but in a very friendly way. But I know that a lot of this generation now that are running were in admiration of the Howie generation. They often talk to me about the early runners who had this capacity of running the 12 days for the 1,000 miles, and they blow your minds. You go to the park and watch these people running, and you're like, and I used to go there and go, well, I'm never doing that. I'm sticking to the marathon. I wanted to get under 3 hours for the marathon, and I thought that was my goal in life. But hey, you just never know. Never say never.